Here, and this is Grimm's Comics Corner. We're gonna read a little bit of The Boys, get us started, right? So let's get started with Volume 10, Butcher, Baker, Candlestick Maker. He could have been a very different man. Billy Butcher, leader of the Boys, once had a chance at another life entirely, when the love of a good woman pulled him aside from his dreadful path of violence and despair. This is the story of Billy and Becky, told by the man himself, from the back streets of London's East End to the carnage of the Falklands War, from the heights of love to the depths of tragedy, and when he's done, he'll be ready to finish things once and for all. She's 1 to 6 of Butcher, Baker, and Candlestick Maker. It should not be assumed from the narration late in episode 2 that the battle for Mount Harriet was an easy affair for the British attackers. In fact, it was anything but. Like the rest of the Falklands War, it was a desperate struggle in wretched conditions against an often determined enemy, and it is to the soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Falklands Task Force, and in particular the paratroopers and Royal Marines of 3 Commando Brigade, that this... Okay, we're not going to have that. That this story is respectfully dedicated. Okay. 1. Remember, this is a separate series. It is time to mythologize an era. Let's try that one again. It is time to demythologize an era and build a new myth from the gutter to the stars. It is time to embrace bad men and the price they paid to secretly define their time. Here's to them. James Elroy, American Tabloid. San Carlos Water, Falkland Islands, 21st May, 1982. Air raid, warning red. Air raid, warning red. Air red, air red, air red, air red. All right, hold your fire, lads. Let 'em get closer. You want to make it count. Ain't they turning? Fuck me. They ain't after the lads we put ashore, they're after us. All guns, all batteries, open fire. Commence, commence, commence. 1 down. 2, good shooting, keep it up. Watch this fucker. Watch him. Bloody hell, he let him go. I think he's got our number. Get down. Oh, Jesus fucking. Down, you stupid cunt. Ah, fuck. Oh, yes, look at that. No way he's gonna make it home. You're going swimming, you fucking Argy bastard. Wanker. By God, David, did you see that? Who is that Marine? That's, Butcher, sir. K Company, I believe. First class shooting. Well done, that man. 1. Balm Alley. Keep the change, mate. You're a gentleman. Cheers, squire. Billy, I thought it was you. I looked out and I saw you standing there and I said to myself, that's Billy. Come in, son. Hello, Run. Listening to me inviting you into your own home. Ain't my home, Ron. You know what I mean, son. Force a habit in that. You know what I mean. In there to your left. He was a good un, your old man. Last of a dying breed. Came from another time, he did, before the Nignogs and the Packies moved in and they put up them bleeding tower blocks. Round here, I tell you wouldn't bloody know it. I hope I done right by him, Billy. I knew you'd want him looking his best. I stayed up all night working on him, spared no expense. Nah, you done him proud, Ron. Give us a minute or two, will you? Salt to the earth, your old man was. Salt to the fucking earth, eh? Still got these cunts terrified of you. Funny you being a baker, what with your name being... Wallop. Claret everywhere. That always tickled me about you, Dad. You twat some arsehole just 'cause you was bored of hearing the same joke. It was the only thing about you I thought was funny, but still. Not that you was really a baker anyway. Your dad was, I suppose, but that's about as close as you came to learning the trade. Course around here it didn't matter what you done for a living. You was king. And you made the most of your kingdom, didn't you? Fuck, they lived in terror of you, laughed at your jokes, laughed even louder when you singled one of them out, 'cause thank fuck it was some other cunt's turn. And how many of the wives did you shag? Fuck me rigid, some of the slappers you had. I'd fetch Ron in here now and tell him he was welcome to take a fucking hatchet to you, if I gave two tugs of a dead dog's cock about the pathetic old cunt. But what the fuck was you doing with them slags when you'd a bird like Mum? What was it you fancy, a bit of strange or something? You just like playing away from home? That woman was a bleeding saint. Now, that's an easy thing to say, Dad, but the fact is you made it easy. 'Cause standing next to you, fucking Myra Hindley would have looked like the perfect mother. If Mum ever did do anything out of order, I don't remember. I mean, what's her slapping me around the head for acting up a couple of times next to... Well? Ah! Ah, Sam! No, don't! Ah! Billy? Go back to sleep, Lenny. Sam, don't! Billy, why can't our dad be like everyone else's? Why did we have to get him? I said go back to sleep. I can't. Put your hands over your ears. Useless fucking cunt. Ah! Sam, if you hit me like that, you'll kill me. Shut your fucking mouth, you... Ah! Funny, I say I'm from down the East End, and a lot of people are jealous. They say they're from nowhere interesting at all, but it must be so nice to come from an authentic community. Authentic and close and tight-knit and working class. They say it like they know what they're fucking talking about. Like it don't mean doing fuck all about the biggest lump of shit in the street. Like it don't mean keeping the cunt's secrets. I think back on this fucking place now, and you know what I say? The Luftwaffe missed a bit. They pissed me off. You pissed me off. Everyone did, except for Mom and Lenny. I'm the first to admit it. I was a right little cunt. Miss! Miss! Butcher's playing with the Easter model, miss. He's ruined it. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. No, you tosser. I'm Spartacus. William Butcher, stop that this instant. The juniors spent hours making that display. No, they didn't. It's shit. How dare you contradict me? How dare you speak to me like that? Oh, fuck off, you old bat. What? Suspended? You're lucky you weren't expelled. What sort of language is that for a 13-year-old boy? Sorry, Mom. Honestly, Billy, what am I going to do with you? Why can't you be more like Lenny? I don't know, Mom. I'm sorry. It's like Lenny's Lenny and I'm me. He's smart and I ain't. You're smart. You just got to try. Excuse me. You just don't try. You're going to be the death of me, Billy. I'm sorry I let you watch that bloody film. I don't know what was going through me head. Apart from anything else, it don't even make any sense. It ain't till after they all say they're Spartacus they get crucified, so how could they be doing it when... Forget it. Never did twig what a gem you had there, did you? Couple of years later, I really overstepped. No excuse for it, really. I just didn't like people grabbing hold of me. Got expelled, broke Mum's heart. But you remember what you said. Well, some cunts need a slap, don't they? Here. Long past time I bought you your first drink. See? Most people are like fucking sheep, son. Go where they're meant to do what they're told, 'cause it works for them. It gets them what they need to be happy, which ain't much. But if you got a bit of nose, you can see the gaps in it. And if you got the bullocks for it, you can take advantage all you want. Now, what you done today weren't smart. All right. Who cares? You got chucked out of school. You ain't gonna learn nothing there anyway. But it's a lot of fucking aggro you could have done without, am I right? But on the other hand, it shows you got the attitude. Why should you let some old fucking arse bandit of a PE teacher touch you, eh? Why should you let anyone do anything when you can be the one who does the doing? You should think about what you could have, what you could take, if you can get in between them gaps I was talking about. You ain't like your brother, are you? Nah, he's more like your mom. He's a bit of a little girl, if the truth be told. But you're more like me. The magic words. Not that I ever forgot what you told me, far from it. But you put me on the straight and narrow for a bit, which must have been disappointing. Of course, it never occurred to me to ask why this big theory of yours had taken you no further in ruling the roost in this dump. Chief sheep. Wasn't long after that you had your stroke, which lost you the use of your left arm. And it wasn't long after that you hit Mom so hard you caved in her eye socket for the crime of trying to cut up your lamb chops so it'd be easier for you to eat, was it? Was that it? Billy, what you doing? What the fuck does it look like I'm doing? I'm gonna fucking kill him. You what? Mom's gotta have a glass eye. He's ruined her. He's fucking ruined her. One of these days he's just gonna fucking kill her. Well, I ain't letting it happen. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna stick this in his fucking heart. I don't give a shit what happens to me. But he's our dad. He's a cunt. Billy, you can't do it. Get out of me fucking way, Lenny. Now. No! Ah! Ugh! Fuck! Oh, Lenny, I didn't mean to... Oh, fuck, I'm sorry, mate. Ah! Look, I didn't mean to hit you so hard. Let me get you... No. Billy, please, think. If you do this, you'll go to Borstal, or maybe even prison. Or maybe prison even. You'll wreck your whole life. You'll never be able to put it behind you because you'll always be the bloke what killed his dad. And you'll wreck our lives too, Billy. We need Dad. He brings in the money, don't he? Without him, we'd have nowhere to live, nothing to eat. And I mean, what about Mom? What's she gonna think if you do it? Her son murders her husband. What's that gonna bloody do to her? Billy, you'll break her heart. Please, don't. Please. Fuck. You'd have thought I was a right wanker, wouldn't you? Bottling it at the last minute. Can't even top his old man. Cunt. It was Lenny, Dad. He was such a good kid. He never stood in judgment on me, but he had a way of being sort of sad about the way I could be sometimes. He could make me not be me for a bit. Seeing him standing there, blood pissing down his face and crying his eyes out, and just the thought that I'd done it, all I could think was, leave it out, you arsehole. This kid fucking loves you. He can't cope as well as he used to with a stroke and that. One of us is gonna have to help him, not me. I can't fucking work in the shop with him. One day he'll turn his back and I'll smack him over the head with a rolling pin and I'll bung him in the oven. I won't be able to stop myself. I know. But we gotta keep him earning somehow, Billy. We gotta make ends meet. Yeah, well, the funny thing is I was thinking about that myself last week, before all this kicked off. I can't stand being around him, Lenny. It does me fucking head in. But there is you and Mum to think about. Bloody hell! Have you joined up? Not yet. I had a nutter with a bloke down at the recruiting office, but he said I'm exactly what they're looking for. So, me little brother stopped me doing something horrible. And he was right. I'd have been banged up and Mom would have been penniless, and it would have torn the family apart. Thank God for Lenny, you know what I mean? But I gotta be honest, Dad. Sitting here looking at you, it would have felt so good sliding that knife between your fucking ribs. 2. You remember Granddad? Not the old cunt whose balls you come sliding out of. I mean Mom's dad. Granddad Atkins. Course you remember him. You couldn't fucking stand him. Not surprising, really. He was a decent bloke and he was a soldier. So he'd been in a couple of real fights. He hadn't just gone around twatting the local spastics the way dickheads like you do because they think it makes them hard. He was in Africa with the 8th Army. Then Sicily. Then most of the way up Italy till he got his arm blown off at Monte Cassino. Or Monte Cassino. He was me hero. I loved going to see him with Mom and hearing his stories and seeing his medals. I was so proud knowing this man's blood ran in me veins. But I remember this one time I said to him, Granddad, I want to be a soldier. I want to be like you. I want to fight in a war and win medals just like you done. And he said, No, you don't, Billy. War's a horrible thing. You'll see things you'll take to your grave, son. It'll ruin you. Even if you don't get killed. You break your mother's heart, if nothing else. It's one of the frigates, HMS Antelope, the boss said. I heard there's still a bomb on board. The disposal lads are trying to sort it out now. Glad I ain't still out there on one of them things. The Spics are going all out to sink the lot. Jesus, this is real, isn't it? How do you mean, Jock? Well, it's like we're really at war, you ken? We came halfway around the world to fight for these daft wee islands, but I never thought I'd come to this. The whole way here I was just sure the Argies just fuck off. Hold on, I think I said that a little wrong. I never thought it'd come to this. The whole way here I was sure the Argies would just fuck off. But they're not. It is real. And lads are getting... Fuck! Course it's fucking real, you tit. Poor bastards. Did they get the crew off before they started disarming it? You want to get your heads down, boys? If your magazine goes up, you're gonna know all about it. Billy, how can you just turn your back on that? Do you not ken fellas are dying out there? They're already dead, mate. Nothing we do's gonna change that. But, Jesus fucking Christ! 2. Harriet. That was my war, that was. And it seemed real enough to me. Nowadays, no one talks about it much, the Falklands, except for sort of curiosity value. But you had all the stuff you think of happening in a war. You had ships sinking and planes crashing and lads charging up hills into machine gun fire. I mean, it didn't last that long. My own bit was only about 3 weeks, from landing at San Carlos to the Argies jacking it in. All the same, I think you'd have to say we packed in quite a lot. Fuck me, if this thing gets hit, we've had it. We haven't a hope of getting out in time. Wind your bloody neck in, Jock. Yeah, built up. Besides, the bastard's overloaded. We'll probably crash before the Argies even see us. Oh, this is daft. Tough titty, my son. One of the transport ships got sunk. Took the Chinooks with it. This is the only way to get all the kit up the mountain. Yeah, we're gonna be fucking surrounded up there. Right bunch of twats. We'll look... Try that one again, guys. Right bunch of twats we'll look if we end up chucking rocks at the Spicks. Look on the bright side, Jock. You could be yumping it instead, like every other poor cunt with 100 fucking pound Bergen on your back. Yeah, anyone fancy a stroll in the moonlight? Here's your fucking chance, wanker. 10 seconds. And after all that, nothing. Total anticlimax. Only thing on Mount Kent was one little Argy patrol, and the SAS lads mounted the lot before we even landed. But we was there. And we could see Port Stanley off in the distance, and that was why we'd come all that fucking way. You'll like this next bit, Dad. We sat on top of that bleeding rock for well over a week, doing sweet fuck all while the rest of the boys caught up with us. Christ, we froze our bullocks off. Wind was screaming in from the south fucking pole. I've never been so miserable in all me life. Yeah, I thought that'd give you a laugh. Good morning, campers! You'll be pleased to hear the final advance on Stanley begins tonight, and you lucky bastards have been chosen to play a vital part. Between here and the coast are more of these fucking mountains you've come to know and love. 4-2 Commando has been given the job of taking Mount Harriet. Now, Harriet is no lady. She is in fact a dirty bitch, and she will give you worse than a dose of crabs if you are not careful, so listen closely to what you are expected to do. Us and the rest of the K Company to the summit. Got it? Yes, Sarge! No fucking around up there tonight. We're not taking prisoners, and if your oppo gets hit, you leave him and you carry on. The Paras had their fun at Goose Green. Now it's our turn. You are trained and you are ready. Fighting in the frozen arsehole of the world should be second nature to you, after all that mincing about in fucking Norway. Someone is going to be first in the Stanley, and it will not be the flaming fucking proofs of the parachute regiment. Who is it going to be instead? The Royal Marine Sarge! Fucking right it is! Looks like we're in business, eh, boys? Oh, fuck. All I want to do is get through in one piece. Yeah, the wife will be severely pissed off if I don't make it home. I just want to kill some cunt. Eh? What the fuck are you on about, Billy? Oh, you know, just curious. Fuck! Jesus, oh, lofty fucking hell. Leave him. Where the fuck's the rest of them? Don't know. I think we took a wrong turn after that second bunker. I know we gotta piss off Sharpish. Them fucking mortars are getting the range. Yeah. He also says, oh, fuck, no one knows what's going on. And he says, Jock, you cunt, I will fucking belt you. Harry, never mind him. Just listen. Listen, all of you. They know we're here. If we stay, they'll mortar us to fuck. If we try and leg it, there's no cover, and the gun team up there will do us all. That means we've only one way out, and then straight at 'em, up the hill. What? Have you gone bloody mental? They'll kill us before we get 5 yards. Maybe not. If we do it right, I'll chuck me last white false, and we'll go in through the smoke. Ah! Look, you see what I fucking mean? It's maybe if we have a go, definitely if we don't. That's not enough smoke. You're bloody mad. I'm not going. I'm staying put. I'm not going anywhere. No one's fucking staying, Jock. No one. We can't. You're only bloody 17 and you're gonna shoot me? You wee English bastard. You haven't the fucking bullocks for it. No? Aw, shit. Come on. Let's bloody do it, Jock. He's right. Come on. I, move your fucking arse, wanker. If Jock bottled it, they all would. Go! It was the only way. Then again, only way to what? Come on, let's do it! Fucking let's do it! Oh my god. They're firing into the fucking smoke. Firing blind! Keep going! Come on! Shit! Come on, boys! Come on! Fucking Archie! Cunts! Rah! 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 What can I say, Dad? You'd have been proud of me. Ha! 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 Fucking yes! Here, boys! Round about then, I started to feel sort of knackered on account of the fact I'd taken a round in the chest. So I thought I'd have a bit of an old sit-down. Didn't hurt, really. Just got harder and harder to breathe. I sort of knew I was going to be closing my eyes in a bit, and I wouldn't be opening them again. And that was all right with me. I mean, I was sorry to be leaving Mom and Lenny stuck with you, but I never really had no ambition for me life. If this was it, fuck it. And I was a bootneck, for God's sake. What the fuck did I expect? I tell you what, Dad, before or since that moment, I don't think I've ever felt so peaceful. Whole thing ended a couple of days later. Rest of our mob took Harriet and only lost 2 more blokes. Archie's got kicked off the next few mountains. Then they done a runner. After that, they just fucking surrendered. Oh, and the Paras were first into Stanley after all, the cunts. Altogether, for the entire war, we had about 250 killed. Archie's had 3 times that. On top of that, you got the wounded, and then there was all the lads just couldn't hack it. Seen their mates killed, had to kill lads themselves, seen all sorts of fucking things. Some of them ended up in the nut house. Been 3 blokes in my platoon alone have done themselves in since it ended. It ruined them, like Granddad said. But me, I fucking loved it. It was what come next I weren't so keen on. I don't mean all the bullshit about the Falklands, whether it got Maggie that Thatcher back in or any of that. Arseholes go on about the rights and wrongs of wars and never give a fuck about the lads that fight them. Now, what pissed me off was, by the time I got out of the hospital and rehab and all that, a lot of me mates moved on. Promoted or transferred or just fucking left. And the new lads, they wanted to know all about it. They buy you loads of pints and get you telling stories, all that bollocks. Fuck it. Sorry, guys. Fuck. It weren't just them. Every civvy you ran into got this look in their eye when they twigged where you'd been. 'Cause you'd done the business, hadn't you? You killed. You'd done what they could only imagine. What they hardly dared dream about. But they was fucking fascinated by. You could see it on their faces, all them shaky little smiles. Oh, they admired you. But when they ran out of bullocks to talk and the cheering died down, you could see you scared the shit out of the cunts. And when you know you scare someone, you start to think they're shit. But you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Dad? Course you would. You what? Eh? You what? What you fucking say? I didn't say nothing. Yeah? You alright, Billy? Billy, I didn't say a fucking word, Joe. I just said he was getting around in. Yeah, oh fuck, that's alright then. 'Cause I could do with a... Grrr! And that was nothing. Well, it weren't nothing. I'd done 6 months in the glass house 'cause of it. But after that, I really got stuck in, and I was out on me arse inside a year. The colonel offered to speak at me court-martial. I told him to fuck off. What I twigged was I didn't give a shit about nothing or no one. As a matter of fact, I thought everyone I met was a cunt. I was as bad when I got out. Bloody hell, Dad, what is it about the butchers and drink? I know we ain't no fucking joke to begin with, but lagered up, we're diabolical. But you don't need me to tell you that. No, it's okay, Billy. Really, it is. How so? 'Cause, well, it's sort of funny in a way, I suppose. Funny peculiar, I mean. It's downright bloody hilarious. He had another stroke last year, and now he can't even catch her. Never mind thump her. Oh, Lenny. You're both awful. Honestly. You all right, Billy? What have you done to yourself? Just banged me head, that's all. You don't have to stay all the way up in Hackney, you know. You can come home to us. Nah, Mom. It was nice there was someone. Who the fucking hell is he? Comes flying in here like the fucking wrath of God, saying he's gonna have the lot of us. Fucking maniac, what sort of cunt just starts in like that? Here, what's he... Jesus. He's fucking laughing. Right. Give him a proper doing. But that was all right, really, because the day after that, I met Becky. 3. You look a bit like a panda. It must be love, love, love. You what? Ha! A panda. Ha ha ha. Oh God, I'm sorry. I never said nothing like that to no one before. A panda. I did not expect. Here. Well, only one thing I can say to that, really. You got any bamboo? She was like that. She made you want to be you at your best. I asked her what her name was. She says, Becky Saunders. What's yours? I says I'm Billy Butcher. Where you getting off then, Becky? She says Mile End. I said, that's a coincidence. She starts laughing again. She had this giggle she couldn't quite control, sort of went along with her smile. She says, fair enough. She owes me a pint for saying I look like a panda. I'd never had a bird buy me a drink before. I'd never met anyone like her before in me life. First of all, she was a cracker. You know, you met her a couple of times. I remember walking into places with her on me arm, everyone turning to look, and I would have been so proud of 'em all seeing me with a bird like that, except they wasn't looking at me anymore, and I even knew they was there. Second of all, your mom live around here, does she? More or less. Yeah, less, you mean... Excuse me. Yeah, less, you mean. Big liar. Now I feel terrible getting in the way of someone going to see their mom. But I suppose it's nice you do go and see her. A lot of blokes your age hardly bother at all. What you do, then? You at university or something? Why, do I look like a student? Don't answer that. No, I'm a social worker. I work for the council. Oh, yeah? Yeah? What about you, then? Used to be in the Marines. Signing on now. Right. I'm going to get another round in. And while I'm at it, I'm going to make that mouthy little twat turn the volume down a bit. Doing me bleeding head in. Don't. It was just a little touch, but it stopped me dead. It was like her skin was cool and warm at the same time. All right, I'll just get myself another pint. No, don't do that either. Just sit and talk to me, eh? Why not? 'Cause it's nicer if you don't. Long story short, you want to come out to dinner tonight? Let's give it a week. Get you looking a bit more presentable. You got to get her away from him. Yeah, simple as that. So long as your mom's there, he'll keep hitting her. That ain't gonna change. I see it all the time with work. So long as she's there, she won't be able to stop feeling sorry for him or remembering what she honestly did love him. She needs a bit of space so she can think seriously about leaving him for good. But where's she meant to go? She can't just walk out of her house. Family? You said her dad lives over in Barking. Or there's places women can go to. A friend of mine runs a... Hang on, I'm just going to get another pint here. You don't need another one already, do you? What is it? Why don't you like me having more than a pint of... Excuse me. Why don't you like me having more than a pint of lager? Billy, you just told me about your dad getting pissed up and having a go at the people around him, your mom and everybody else. And I don't know if you know this, but you get a look in your eyes when you're on the beer. And even with just the one in you, you look angry. You look like you can't wait to make yourself angrier. See what I'm saying? Sorta. Staring me in the face a bit, innit? I'm having a really nice time, you know. Just don't want it to stop. What, listening to me bang on about me mom and about me dad and that? I asked, didn't I? I like listening to you when you really care about something. Your mom and your brother. I can tell how much you love them. Jesus, pressure's on now. I've got to keep talking about nice things. This is new to me. I'll tell you that for nothing. Hang on. Here, let's try that one again. Here, can I have a glass of water, mate? Certainly, sir. Gonna need a drink for this one. All right, here we go. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You're amazing. I never met no one like you. Red hair and green eyes. That happens to be a rather favorite for anybody that's looked at the channel. And yes, that's a coincidence. I don't know why all the beauties have red hair and green eyes, but that just happens to be the thing. You'll have me bright red in a minute. It's true. The girls I had before Becky, Dad, they was the kind I deserved. You're gonna laugh at this, but I'm racking me brain, and I don't even remember if I'd had a bird go on top before that. It was always me, or else up against the wall at the back, or some boozer or other. It was just taking care of a need, really. Mine, if I'm honest. Bloody hell. Jesus. Well, I'll be. What's this, then? I was in the Falklands. Me and me mates, we was... I don't want to hear any war stories. I knocked the booze on the head, that, and getting stuck into complete strangers for no reason at all. Didn't take a bleeding detective to twig who I'd really been fucked off at for so long. To work out the cunt I gave least of a shit about was meself. But here was someone that did. I moved into her place after a bit. She had her job, and I worked on the sites or whatever, just to bring in a few bob. Fuck, when she left in the morning, it was like the clouds appeared. She come home again. Sunshine. Just the sight of her. The smell of her, the taste of her, the touch of her. It's like a knife. And all I want to do is keep pushing it into meself. Lenny used to knock me about when we was kids, see? Ha! None of that today, right, bruv? Becky won't stand for it. You lay a finger on me and she'll have you. Yeah, that'll be right then. Was he a shocker, Carol? Oh God, where to begin? I'm still amazed he survived childhood. If there was something to climb up or jump off or run in front of, Billy'd find it. I tell you, you've got your work cut out, Becky, but you probably twigged that for yourself. Yeah, I don't know. It don't really seem like work somehow. Blimey. Look at that. How do they do that? Eh? They've only just met, but they're gabbing away 90 to the dozen. If it was two blokes, they'd still be sizing each other up. Don't know. Viva la difference, that's what I say. That means... I know what it means. I'm not a complete cunt. College going well for you then, is it? Not bad. With some of the posh birds, the battle's already half won once they hear the accent. Billy, don't bollocks this up, all right? Don't lose her. Eh? Becky, she's 1 in a million, mate. And I know you know. But watching you walk in with her today, you know what I thought? Fuck me, that's a first. He looks like he's happy. Or, no, that ain't right. Fuck me, that's a first. He looks like he's at peace. Now, it wasn't that time or the next. It wasn't for quite a bit, really, that the three of us went to work on Mom. Me and Lenny, see, what had always worried us what might happen to her if she was on her Todd. Where would she live? How would she cope all that? It took Becky saying it for the light to go over our heads, or on over our heads. What the hell was stopping a smart, good-looking woman in her 40s from having a life of her own? We was as bad as you in our own way. But what about him? What about him? Billy, he's your dad. Yeah, and he's hurting me, Mom, which is the beginning and end of that one. He's had 2 strokes. How's he supposed to cope on his own? It's not as if he's starving to death, Mom. He can sell the business if it comes to it, hire a nurse to stop in and look after him. It's not as simple as that, Lenny. You don't know what it's like. You never saw him when we was first together. You don't know what an amazing fella he was. Every time I look at him, I still see that. Well, that's what he's bloody relying on, isn't it? Carol. It ain't my place to say this, Carol, so I'm sorry. But all the memories you have from when the pair you started out, they're dead. He killed them with his fists. You're hanging on to a shadow, and if you don't believe me, try throwing your arms around it. There ain't nothing there. You don't... What do you... Billy, Lenny, can the two of you give us a minute? I feel about fucking 2 foot tall. Yeah? Is food okay? Eh? Food okay? No, the food's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. I think this is gonna work. It took a while, even after that. But in the end, she'd done it. Right, well, that's it. That's it then. I'll be at me dad's if you need to get in touch. But don't bother. Don't worry, I won't. She can just fuck off as far as I'm concerned. Sam! Come on, Mom. Yeah, go on, fuck off, bloody bitch. What does death to us part mean to you then, eh? Fuck all, that's what it means. That's what your word's worth. You don't know a wife's duty to her husband. You don't know a woman's place. Right, you, Billy. And you can all fuck off and all, you slag. Don't think I don't know you're the one behind all this. As if these two queers had ever put the whore up to leaving me. But you took one look and you saw your chance, didn't you? Well, fucking shame on you, destroying what's between a man and his wife. You slut, you homewrecker, you evil fucking cunt. You are fucking dead. Billy, no! Let him, fucking let him. You would, wouldn't you? You thump your old man. The bloke what gave you life, you'd hit him when he can't fight back, you coward. Hit you? I'll take your fucking head off. Billy! It's what he fucking wants. Always has. But it ain't what he really wants, is it? No. What he really wants is a go at me and me prime. He ain't never gonna get it. But he'd give his right arm for a chance to take me on when I wasn't stuck in his fucking crippled body. That's what he was dreaming of. All them years lying on his useless arse while I done whatever I wanted to her. And he lay there, and he lay there and he done nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. So you go ahead, Billy boy. Because we both know I'd have wiped the fucking floor with you, you cunt. Billy, don't. He ain't worth it. Look at him. Really look at him. He ain't. Of course, I was hoping you'd start crying or beg her to stay or whatever. Even bowing your head when I turned the light off would have been good. But I'll give you this, Dad. You hated us the whole way out the door. You all right? I knew that was really rough on you. He was... Oh, God. I just think if you... Will you marry me? Of course I will. Oh, Billy, of course I will. Oh, God, Billy, he's nothing, Becky. He's the past. He's done. Everything I do from now, I want it to be with you. All this strength, all this power, it has to be tempered. Men without women, Billy. It ain't a good idea. Oh, my God. Hello? Am I dreaming? No, it only feels like it. 'Cause we found each other, Billy. Out of all the millions of people out there, we found each other. Ain't it just the most brilliant thing in the world? And that was it. I was floating. I was 3 foot off the floor. I had butterflies in me stomach. And the sun shining in the window felt like it was going to be warm on me face forever. It's funny. I never said nothing like this to anyone before. You probably think I'm a right ponce. But you're dead, you old cunt. So you can just fuck right off. All right. And that's the end of this part. We'll do the next part in, I don't know. I might do it at the... how do we stuff Spawn and this together? I don't know. We're gonna try. I'll see what I can do, guys. I might be able to finish this with Spawn next week. But if not, we'll see you in August for more. And I'm out, guys. Enjoy the comics. I had a backlog. I got it done. Yay.